Sai, good to see you. How long have I not seen you?
Too long.
Too long. Wait, too long month?
Yeah, something like that.
You just said you haven't seen my baby yet, so
Yeah, crazy.
that's been...
I did catch you at like in the middle of the night a week ago.
Yeah, true. You did show up.
Yeah.
With Waltran and the Pavko, the
Yeah.
trio.
Always.
You never...
Never without it.
You never without it. How's music? How's everything?
Pretty great, man. Can't complain.
Traveling a lot, New York, where else? San Francisco.
Yep, I played in the Bay a couple times, not too recently. Chicago, Las Vegas, Mexico City recently.
Mexico City, what about
Yeah.
that? Tell me about the Mexico City trip. With Bomb Squad, right?
Yeah.
I see stuff. I see the flyers.
Yeah, there's like a great scene for hard dance music down there. And Bomb Squad in particular has been connecting with labels there, promoters, and he brought me down basically. And we played a show together. And NFG, his brother.
NFG, badass. I don't know about NFG, but you know, it's techno world, boys. The UFO was here. We didn't get a chance to catch his set, unfortunately. But I remember I was just reminiscing about our crazy trip from K-Town to Hollywood on scooters. Gurped up, just traveling through dimensions.
Shout out to UFO.
Shout out UFO. Well, since that time, you know, it's been such a long journey, you know, musically for you, and it's very exciting to see you you know, having a developed sound now and style and like being part of a community. You know, how did it all happen?
Man. Okay, well, when we were taking a trip through town on scooters with UFO, we were all really studying production and learning to be better musicians. And we couldn't help but want to DJ. We went to all the parties. It was a little frustrating because we wanted to play more, so we made our own.
Bubble Up, shout out.
Yep.
Oh my God, we almost got sued. Should we take a reroute and talk about how we almost got sued by Hershey's?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I almost pooped my pants. They were like $30,000. I was like, $30,000? I have 30,000 cents.
Yeah.
At most.
Okay, so we started this party and brainstormed names. You kept saying, this was before the party, you were always saying double up on the bubble up.
That was because of UFO, again, because we were at the Burgerville drive-thru, and this lady was like, we ordered the chocolate and the strawberry milkshake, and she gave us 2 chocolate milkshakes, and she gives us them, and he's like, no, I wanted the strawberry. And she's like, oh, you guys can keep both chocolates. And so I had both chocolates in my head, and I was like, double up on a bubble up. And so I kept saying that.
It really stuck.
It really stuck.
So when we were brainstorming names for the party, we went through so many, but that one just stuck, and we went with Bubble Up.
Yeah, 1720, Bubble Up. People still talk about that party. Actually, it's a very cool concept we did with was it a duck, right? It was a duck, but you added a mohawk to it, and it was basically...
Yeah, I tried so many branding ideas, and then just the real bubblegum from the store, we were like, oh yeah, duh.
I still see that bubblegum and buy it sometimes. But yeah, that was definitely a pivotal moment for both of us in Los Angeles, for sure. And yeah, crazy how big it worked. Even sometimes now, you know, we throw parties. It's hard to throw a party as big as we threw some of those parties.
Yeah.
We're really something. You know, a lot of things came together. Naturally and it was very like organic. We were like the outsiders.
Yeah, that was part of why we got the crowd, because we were doing something different and something fresh. And we had the Bubble Babes.
Bubble Babes, shout out Bubble Babes.
And then Hershey's found out, who apparently owns Bubble Yum.
Bubble Yum.
and they told us to stop.
Bubble Yum Bubblegum. And then we did like a bunny. You did like a little rebrand again, but yeah, when it never came. Corona.
Yeah, the pandemic
The
killed
Corona. And then and then we did the festival.
That party, by the way,
not the festival, but
was the first electronic dance music at 1720.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was a Wednesday, right?
They wanted us there because they wanted to get into that, and now it's like so much of that.
So many
cool.
people, yeah. I mean, we're trying. I mean, from the amount of things that I see online, it's crazy. Like from the artworks to the phrasing, like and it's like even sometimes, like I recently started doing this thing. Where I was like, because we were doing like, we were doing all the different sub brands and stuff, and with the night shift, and we were opening the Groove Box, and I was like, well, Blind Tiger is technically like an artist collective, so like I don't, so I was like, how do I phrase it properly for all these little, side parties? What the hell am I talking about? I lost track of my thought.
Well, we were talking about being first at 1720 and then have an influence maybe of others coming.
Yeah, so I made this I was like, okay, I can't put Blind Tiger on all of them, so it's not confusing. So I started saying lineup curated by Blind Tiger. And literally within a week, I started seeing on other people's flyers, lineup curated by, or like / too late. Like, or like text afters to this number, or how like so many of these little things we started. It's so funny, and even just afters ? Like I see everybody using it now.
Really?
Oh yeah, like as their main like. Somebody was, and they're pretty good, like decently big collectives all around.
Yeah.
Somebody was using Come Early, Stay Late. Like I'm just like, well, it's pretty great. I mean. It's cool, that, we're setting the trends. And even with you guys, with Malfunction, somebody recently I saw did similar thing where the whole party was branded Malfunction.
Yeah.
And I mean, people have done it with the chains and the stage setup. But yeah, it definitely been interesting to see that there's not many people take a chance to do something different. For me, it's always been like, if I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, how do I like differentiate the sound, or how do I, make it an experience somewhat. Maybe we don't have certain big headliners, or maybe we don't have certain big, like, LED screens, but, we find a way to create these surprises and experiences through, like, the back end of it. So, yeah, that's been a blessing for sure. And it all started with Bubble Up.
Yep.
And, yeah, I remember going to 1720 and just being like, yeah, this spot, I was like, if we just cut off the curtain, like this dance floor, and we kind of started the trend of doing the party on the floor there too.
Yeah,
it was like,
put the booth on the
first,
floor.
we were like the first 360 consistently too. Are you thinking about doing 1720 again soon?
We don't have a date on the calendar, but yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the move. I think that give you a good, they would set us up. I just set up a date for September. We just had to move it around a little bit because of some like scheduling conflicts. But middle or end of September for a binge watch live set.
Oh snap! No way.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be in the middle with all my synthesizers and shit.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. Long time coming. Let's go.
I don't even know. I'm having another set. I'm having like a fourth existential life set crisis, and I just finally started setting myself up with all these deadlines because I'm like, it's such an open format situation where it's like I can keep adding new pieces, or it's not as like straightforward as just 2 CDJs and a mixer. So I'm but I'm excited to roll it out.
Congrats.
But I'm basically also stressed because I set myself up for this live stream recording this month on the 20th. So now I'm like, okay, I need to have something solid by then.
That's a live one?
That's going to be recorded. And then by September, I want to finalize like a visual. I already have like so much visual content that I've gathered over the years, and I have a system that I've basically built for laser harp where it links Ableton and Resolume. So it's going to be pretty simple for me to just like load clips in and do like automations and kind of not even have to do the visuals. They'll be like linked with the
Right.
parts. But yeah, that's been a lot, and just mixers and stuff, just buying freaking, and yeah, I don't know, going down different rabbit holes. Like, do I use the computer? Do I run a hardware sequencer? How do I do sidechain? I bought these hardware compressors to do sidechains, but then I found like a digital way of doing it without doing a computer. But now I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing so much to just avoid using a computer. I'm like, is it even worth? Like, who am I trying to prove the point, to myself? Yeah, I can do it. But like, do I want it to sound better and not have a headache and more ways for things to go wrong? So I'm trying to find that balance, like, and then like obviously writing it out and performing it live. But I have like basically two of them on two separate different hardware sequencers. I wrote it on one, and then I was like, these like Pioneer ones that look like an MPC but also looks like a CDJ.
I believe so.
So I bought one of these, and I was like, because of the baby now, I haven't had so much time in the studio, so I had it out in the kitchen, and I was fucking around with it. And I was like, just start writing so many ideas, and I was like, oh, and it has like such good swing, and because I'm like, I usually, I'm like sitting there freaking clicking and shit, and it gave me that element of like quickly doing and adding stuff, and the workflow around it was just like perfect as to how I like to write anyways. And I was like, oh damn, this thing is that's how I want to be doing this live. Like I can do this on the fly. With the other one that I had, it was like it's called a Kai Force, but it's like Ableton Push, but like a standalone type of deal.
Yeah.
And it has like so much, but it's also like it has so much that sometimes you're like, oh, wait, what screen am I located in right now, or what the fuck am I doing? But yeah, anyways, back to Bubble Up and your situation right now. Well, actually, back to how you started. Now you're like, I feel like you're really tuned into your techno sound, and I feel like we've talked about it a little bit, and you've explained to me more. But I was trying to explain to somebody who, I don't know who, maybe I was talking to a few days ago, and we're talking about different genres of techno, and I was trying to explain to them what you were telling me about the new, like, underground LA. You tell me about it better right now, so I can.
I think it's evolved over the last few years. There's a group of American producers making techno from here, and it just so happens to be that the age and experience of these people, most of us used to be like bass heads, and that has informed the sound that they're making. And it's like most of it is hard techno, and it's pretty similar to artists coming out of Europe, which is where the sound is really big. But there's just like an angle or a little bit of flair of like bass music, or even just like American sensibility of making music versus somewhere else. And so now it's like a whole group, a new generation of like people from here that are like, yo, we make techno, we're from over here, we have a scene, we can play a lot of places. And that didn't exist just a few years ago.
It's crazy how you can like kind of not dictate, but you can definitely once you have a scene and a following. Like I definitely feel the same way with Night Shift. Like, we kind of have that sound on lock in LA. So it's like when we're in other cities or everywhere, people already know that like if you're in LA like that for that specific sound, that's where you go type of deal. And so it definitely opens up doors for us. And I've been kind of thinking similarly the way you said it, because I definitely have been like, with DeafMind, when I was doing bass music, I was doing like not the cringe, but I'd call it the mainstream. Like, I'd play like a pop song into drum and bass, into trap, into a dubstep, into a mashup of like, whatever kind of like, Chainsmokers maybe even play sometimes, or Diplo at big festivals. And I definitely was like hype genre following, and I definitely that kind of ruined it for me after a while, because I just lost the sense of myself. And like, you know how I get obsessed when my friends were like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, if Art is making trap, he's only making trap, you know what I mean? So once with trap, I was kind of starting to get that way, but I was still like kind of flowing out of the other genres. But with this new house music, I've slowly been dialing in and dialing in more. And I feel like about 6 months ago or so, I kind of like started even tuning in more and getting more like, I'm like, okay, what is next? Like this, because I also don't like when people put labels on me, you know what I mean? And so sometimes, like, you know, I'm more into like groove. I was like into groovy. I like the chords. I was getting into the UK sound, and even with the groove box. And I was like, okay. I was like, this is the next sound. Like, I need to figure it out. And then after a while, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I was like, our sound, like, you know, the Night Shift, Blind Tiger sound, Binge Watch sound is a combination of all of these. It's like the cool tech house that's driving, and like you can play it at a big stage in a festival, but it also got like, you know, the UK flavors with the chords, and it's also got, you know, driving kind of Latin vibe, almost percussion and stuff. And you know, I can interchange them in the way I want to, and it kind of makes its own style in a way where, you know, it's kind of harder to pinpoint, and sometimes you're like, oh, you know, I don't fit in into this specific lane or this specific lane. But once you have a following and you have people who come and listen for it and they call it, oh, it's that sound.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. And that's how every new thing becomes a thing. Like if you don't fit in here, you just got to stick it out, and eventually people are like, okay, this is a thing of its own.
Well, like the Hood Poly sound from 2019, like the word boom, 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 boom. Right now it's like back, you know what I mean? It's so hard for the tech house. Like everybody is doing that sound like in the EDM tech house, and it's crazy to me because it's like they were doing it so long ago. But you know,
that's what happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. Trend setting is interesting, and trend chasing is also pretty interesting. And having the balance where you're also not like completely out of place, you're within the context musically. And I feel like, yeah, with Bubble Up, we were all still struggling, like was all between maybe like Vinny Freakon and who else, like Dr. Fresh he wasn't really part of Bubble Up, but he played. But I can't think of anybody on the DJ crew who wasn't like artistically confused.
Yeah, bro. We were all just figuring it out then. Like we had even
like,
just
what do we play?
We just like given ourselves names as DJs, you know?
I remember we had like a meeting, and I was like, I don't know who I was talking to, but like a few people, and we were like, okay, so it's gonna be like house music, but you can do like maybe a little night bass, but no bass house craziness. And we were like trying to define what sound it was gonna be. And then like with you, we were even trying to define like dark tech. We were, you know, because I was like, yes, you're giving more of a techno vibe. We should do like, but yes, yeah,
it took week after week. You're like, hey, you're doing something different. Hey, where are you going? What's going on here?
Yeah, and until malfunction.
And then we're like, okay, do your own night.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, honestly.
I was trying to fit in and did for a while. It was great.
But that's the thing, you don't, and that's the beauty about it, is just like you don't, you know, and scary part, because sometimes it's like you can be friends with people, and because it happened to me when I was like young in 6th grade, right? And we have like these exams that you would take, and we had like 90 people who were like in 3 classes, 30. But like once we reached 7th grade, you had to decide, do you go to physics and mathematics enhanced, biology and something else, and then like humanitarian studies, like literature, history and all that shit. And like I didn't like any of that crap to begin with. But like all of my homies were going to physics and mathematics, and I was like,
Okay.
I gotta go. I gotta go to physics and mathematics class.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
what am I gonna hang out with those goons? Like,
Exactly.
no way. Like, so,
That was me.
yeah. But definitely, like, you kind of stood through with your identity, and for you and I, wasn't ever an issue, you know what I mean? But it's definitely been, because I've had like, and it's funny for me because like I was kind of, they called me the bass police, and I was like, and even now, like people, and like like Calvin and Jorge, like the way like they help me book all the DJs, and they like oversee all the like, openers and new mix submissions, people that we haven't heard. And they're like as strict as I remember I like set them to be. And I'm not even the kind of, I don't even feel like I'm as strict anymore. But they are. They're like, oh my God, what they were playing. But then like,
that's what you need.
But that's the thing. People sometimes think it's like that I, hate other genres, but it's like, no, I'm just like trying to tune in a specific vibe for a specific situation, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of, that art of that has been lost. And I feel, and a lot of people like always ask me like, oh my God, how do you guys like always, how is the music always so good? And I was like, well, we just like, I try and plan it so the music is created throughout the night. It starts out vibey and slow when there's no people. It's not too loud. It's groovy. It's more melodic. You know what I mean? If it in a peak hour, it's driving and danceable. You know what I mean? By the end of it, like, depends on how the crowd is, and hopefully the DJs that we also book are also qualified to make that decision. You know what I mean? As to where to move the sound in a sense. But, with the festival lineups and everything, we were just like in Fresno for Janessa's show.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
It was amazing. And it was a good show, great production, Eclectic Events killed it. But we were driving back with Wookie, who I know from also the bass career. We were giving him a ride back to LA, and we were talking about it. And the guy before Janessa was opening before her. I don't know if he was opening technically because it's a festival line, but he was playing techno at 150 BPM.
Oh, dang.
So she got left at like that tempo. So she had to she played her whole set at like 140 BPM, I think.
What?
Yeah, because she like kept trying to bring it down, and like
it wasn't the vibe.
And the energy was like dying off because it was just so driving, you know what I mean? And so she's like, she felt like she had to stop at 140.
Dang.
But like, and then we were talking about it, with Wookie, and some people, like, he said that, and I would do the same thing in that situation. I would kind of like, and I have a couple of remixes where I have like, I almost would do like a whole tempo, but also all of the gear was freaking like heated up on the sun, and there were like a ton of issues. So I think besides that, she was like dealing and trying to figure out, so she didn't have time to, she played a great set regardless of all of those issues. But so we were talking, and we're like, hey, that was kind of like a freaking situation. And he was like, but that's kind of how, and I was like, I'm surprised they put a guy like, playing 150 right before her. That's kind of like a random. And he was, but that's kind of how the festivals and these festivals are. You just come in, you play your style for an hour. And I feel like a lot of Insomniac and like, other big festivals, they definitely have like curated stages. But even on the main stage, you know what I mean? They might have like a bass guy, after a house guy, after into like something else. But yeah, I definitely.
Basically, it's just an added skill that a DJ has to gain as you grow to be able to handle that. And
well, it's just
take a moment.
It's a different style, because like if you go to like Ushuaia, Ibiza, it's it might happen to you like on a small level where it's like maybe they're playing like driving minimal tech at 130 and you have to enter at 128, but not like 150 into like groovy
but
like
I was just thinking of Wookie. He's probably used to it, like random different lineups.
I mean, his intro was like a Star Spangled Banner on a guitar.
Oh, sick.
So it's like, but like they booked Janessa, and you know how she plays, and she had a great intro too, but it just, I feel like, you definitely, how to say, for everybody their own. For me personally, I do love it when the music flows in and out. When I can be at one stage and from one DJ into another, it makes sense and it's different.
Of course.
And the energy flows like. When I was younger, like, you know, you have the OCD, you fucking, you know, it switched from dubstep to hip hop. Like, I remember being at EDC and they had like freaking Moby after Yellow Claw. And it was
What?
Like, yeah, it was so random.
Oh, that's tough.
Or like I remember the DJ Khaled situation. It was on that same stage, not that same year, but like it was the same stage where
Yeah.
DJ Khaled was there, the whole thing. So like, and I get it, you know what I mean? Different profile of artists and everything. Regardless, I just love it when the music is curated, and I feel like, you know, we were able to do a good job with that throughout and curate. But yeah, and then people think I'm strict, but I'm just trying to accomplish that. Like I love me a good dubstep night. Like we went to Deep Medi anniversary in London, and you know, and they did the same thing with the dubstep, you know what I mean? Like early in the night, it was more like raga dub kind of, you know, and then by then it was like, boom, you know, and we were like, ooh, in our hoodies, just wobbling, you know what I mean? You just went to Berlin.
I did, yeah.
Tell me all about it.
I didn't DJ there. I was just doing techno research.
That's good. That's how you got to do it. Really, it's helpful.
It was great. Went to so many clubs. Went to a festival in the city even. Saw every speaker I saw was like a name I didn't know. All the sound systems. Some were like fantastic. Some were okay. The people and the dancers and the community for techno there is like so beautiful. It's such a part of the everyday culture there. Can't wait to go back and play.
You were welcome everywhere with your look, huh?
Kinda, yeah.
You fit right in. I felt like I didn't fit in. I had my white Air Forces on. You know, I looked like the some American guy.
Yeah.
Was in his hip hop outfit. Even though I'm Russian, but
The American version.
the American version, yeah. It was. I enjoyed it. We did go to a few clubs. I was supposed to send you, I think, a list. Maybe I even forgot.
Janessa did.
She did.
Yeah, we
Okay.
visited a couple of the spots on the
one?
list.
So which spot did you go to? The spot that has like a big Ritterbutzki or something. It has like. You walk in, it has like a big courtyard, and there's a bunch of different rooms, like 10, 15 clubs. And you go to each club, and it has a different vibe. There's like a techno, and then there's like a minimal underground, and there's like a disco room, and there's like Afro house room.
This sounds amazing. No,
You
I didn't see. I
no.
didn't go to this place.
It was on the list. It was really good. It was so funny when we went there. Pretty crazy. Like that, we actually were in the techno room. Like it was, but Berlin techno, like not, you know, I'm more of like a European techno guy, and I can like it like hard, but it has to be like, I don't know how to even describe it, but it can't be really screechy. It has to be like almost like borderline house,
Yeah.
like driving 909 and 303.
I know what you mean.
And like, you know, kind of old school, you know what I mean? Not the hard style influenced type of shit. But we were there, they had like a cage and stuff. It was super sick.
Awesome.
What other places did you go to? Just Berlin itself, that's it, and back to LA?
Yeah, 1 week there of nonstop.
Moving to Berlin? No?
We'll see. We'll see how the gigs go. I'm gonna visit everywhere, play everywhere.
Good. Perfect. What festival was going on downtown or whatever in the city?
You know what? I can't remember the name of it. We got lucky. It was a holiday, so a lot of stores were closed. But the one thing going on was a techno fest. We saw I Hate Models.
You went to behind. Sorry to interrupt. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah. I was terrified that I wouldn't get in, but I got in. Went with a group. There was 5 of us. And the first room was like big enough to be a club, and it's the coat check. It's like you go through the next room, and the ceiling's like 4 stories tall. It's a big building.
Yeah, it's like an industrial.
Yeah, it was like a electrical type of building, like a power plant of sorts. So some of the gear's like there and built into the cool architecture. It's like modern and nice. It's not ghetto at all. It's nice. And you go upstairs. It's a giant room. It's so dark you can barely see.
But there's like lights and LEDs still.
No LEDs. No, there are lights. Just like
Strobes.
not even strobes. The normal, like, are they called pans or something? It's just a circle and they're moving like this, but they're up on the ceiling. That's the only kind of light. And there would be like one color, like red, for like an hour, and just like moving, and speakers on all four sides in the corners. So loud that you can't talk even if you're like 20 feet away from the dance floor. It's so loud. But it feels right because you're in a huge room. Like the ceiling's really high. Then you can walk up and go to another room and there's like tech house. No, it was like techno, but it was a little more housey. And the lights were a little brighter. And there was a bar that was like a little more light colors instead of like painted black.
For softies.
I guess so.
For normies. Like, where am I?
Yeah.
Let me into a tech house room.
Then even like the bathrooms were cool. Just the architecture. It feels like industrial and badass. There's another stairway that went up to an ice cream shop. You can get like smoothies and coffee in the club.
Okay.
It's that big that like there's just multiple places.
How big, like, are we talking? How many people in the main room?
When I was there, this was very early Sunday morning, after late night Saturday. So a few hundred people on the main floor, 3-ish, and then like 150, 200 in the other room.
Okay.
It wasn't like a slammed out time. I'm sure on Saturday, and there's a whole bottom floor there was no one DJing. A big space. But that was just dark when we got there.
Did you go after that festival that you went to?
Yeah.
So it was, and I interrupted you. But...
A different festival, a different kind of festival.
You went to what? Tell me, what is it?
Yeah,
what kind of festivals are you, what is it called, frequenting?
Yeah, this one was not about the music. It's called German Fetish Ball, GFB. Okay. And it's like a 3-day or 4-day thing. And it was after the last big night of that that we went. Yeah.
And they had just no music, just fetish only.
I mean, I'll tell you what. There's a whole scene of DJs that play like the kink parties, and
it's like its own scene.
Yes, I've played some of them. I love being a part of it, but what I do is like nothing like what those guys do.
What do they do?
They just they wouldn't stand a minute in our scene. They couldn't hang at Blind Tiger or somewhere else.
Like they don't
as far
mix
as
well.
like DJing and song selection and the whole art of DJing. It's more about participating in a scene and being cool. Yeah. And I don't want to knock that. It's dope. And there's a lot of ones that are cool. I've met plenty of them. But
isn't it how it is everywhere? Just kidding. I feel like I go to some big places and I'm like, what the hell? This guy doesn't know how to DJ, really? Like, what is it? Just kind of like standing there dancing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's 10 motherfuckers at my shows in the back saying the same thing about me.
How much do you DJ at your shows? Like, in terms of like, because I feel like I need to like do less. So that's why I'm like, but then I start drinking more. And I just get drunk. So I'm like, when I concentrate, so I'm like if I'm just like, okay, don't touch the effects, just chill. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I got 2 minutes. I'm like, yeah, let's take a freaking shot, whatever.
Yeah, I feel
But then like when I don't want to do it, I feel like I'm mixing too fast because I'm like, that's why I'm like excited about the live set because I'll have more things to control and I can just be like concentrate and I don't have to like. Yeah. Don't have to pull myself back because like I don't, with the songs you're just controlling so much more information. I've been trying to do more micro effects, but I still like I'm almost like about to buy an Allen and his mixer, so I don't have any effects at all.
Bro, just put some duct tape over it. Do not use. Oh my God. Dude, I'm like...
Same way I had to remove the mic.
Yeah, no mic allowed. I'm like choosing my songs and playing as many at a time as I can if I have multiple decks. Because I just get new music like an hour before I go to the DJ set offline, like stuff I found this week. Throw it all in there, bring it in, and then luckily I have headphones, and I'm just like, oh, what does this sound like? What does this sound like? What's good next? What's good next? And I'm just putting them together.
I hate that. That's like the least favorite part for me when I do that, because it's like I kind of like know in my songs. I almost been like coming up with a system to organize it, and like whenever I do the tracks before the set, it's always been like it's something I've been listening on Spotify, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this to play it in the club or like. But yeah, it's for me, it's like I feel like it's stressful, because then I played a 3-hour set like last week or something. And I was, playing a lot of tracks. And so, like, somewhere, a couple hours, I'm like, ended up in the pocket or in some playlist that was, like, way too hard for the vibe. And I was like, oh, I was like, and then Calvin comes up. He's like, everything good? You want a drink? And I'm like, I'm like in some crazy playlist right now. I need to get out of here. So I definitely guess I like to, play with vocal cuts and like little bites and like writing the tracks and obviously doing like definitely writing the tracks together, switching the bass, kind of introducing songs slowly. But yeah, still after freaking how long have I been DJing? 34. I started at like 16, 17, let's say.
Yeah, 17 years.
17 years of DJing. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it better.
That's awesome.
Crazy. Every day, new gear. So you're still same go-to, A9, 3000s. That's it? No.
Oh, yeah, that's the best. I like the A9 the most.
You like the A9 the most over
But
V10?
I rarely see it, I feel like.
Why?
Well, I mean, not everybody's using it.
What do you end up with?
The giant monster.
The V10?
Or the previous guy.
The giant monster. Are you afraid of the giant monster?
No, it's just, nobody likes it. Come on.
Really? I love it.
Well, you're extra, bro.
I love it. So here, I'll tell you my love-hate story with the V10, right? So, when we were during Corona living with Tony, Pioneer sent him the V10.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
So we were playing with it downstairs, and it was, we were, it's in a basement, it's lit up. You're not in a club where a million people are bumping into you. And we didn't even learn how to really use it to its full capacity back then. It was just nice. Just had extra, but it was still definitely like a little confusing, but I learned how to use it well. And then, time went by, and then we got back into clubs, and I kept DJing to clubs. And I'd be like, whenever V10 would be, because it's so dark and red, and you can't see shit. You're like, where the hell is my filter? Where, like, with the blue light on the A9 or the Nexus, you can at least see the knobs, and it's kind of more like with the silver filter and the click in the center, you can kind of blind DJ almost better in a dark club.
Yeah.
So I was definitely super frustrated how dark it was. And so after not using it for a long time, I was like, this is horrible. Like every time it would pop up, I'd be like, and then, especially if you get a little lit and you're getting loosey-goosey, it's like, it was the 3-knob EQ.
I've messed up.
Yeah, you can mess up
a few
for sure.
times, yeah.
Live a few times.
Yeah, bro. I just wish every club had one of those tiny little lights that stick on top of it.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't.
Whatever.
I mean, some people just forget, people lose it. We've been trying to keep freaking fog controller to save their life. No, we can't. Like every week it disappears. Yeah. Somebody at 5 a.m. was using it, and somebody's girlfriend, and then we're like tracing it down for 3 days. Oh, they said this. I was like, well, who was working? It's their responsibility to keep the fog remote. It's like the lighter. We have the same problem with the fog remotes. Like, can't let people use the fog remotes. You haven't been in a club in a while. Every time the fog gets foggy, we talk about you.
Yeah? Oh, fuck yeah. I love that, bro. Cyboy's here.
Cyboy's in the club.
I remember that, dude. One time, I just went in the back behind the curtain and forgot that I had just turned the machine on. Bro, I don't know how long I was back there, like 10 minutes. Bro, I come back out. You can't walk. You have to put your hands out because you're going to run into something. And fucking Mess comes over to me like, hey, man, you think we should turn off the fog?
Oh, my God.
I love it. I can never have enough fog.
I love the fog. Fog really makes up for a good experience. That was our new. You've seen the new fog machines, but
oh yeah,
they work great with the remote. But when you lose the remote, you gotta be like, I got like security guard on the left side who works the rope. I got him working the fog machine,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, DJ, the drop is coming up. I'll
You
be like,
look at him,
I'll look
yeah.
at him and be like, and then he's like, how did I do the fog machine? Shout out Daniel.
That's fire.
Daniel's actually good. Javi, love Javi, but he's a great security guard, not so good on the fog machine. He just gifted me a bottle of mezcal.
I miss mezcal.
Yeah. You haven't been drinking still?
Yeah, I'm on a health kick. Yeah.
How long has it been?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's California sober?
I smoke weed.
Good. Very good news
That's
for
it.
us.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. How are the kids?
So good. Yeah, I'm lucky.
Lucky. Everything good. You've
Happy.
What new girlfriend you said in New York?
Yeah, been dating a girl in New York, so I've been visiting a lot.
Beautiful.
You know what? I've been a bunch of times, and the techno scene there is like, it kind of feels like here, but rewind like 6-7 years. Like, there's not really a hard techno scene out there. There's like groovy, hypnotic, kind of the traditional stuff.
Reactor.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah. Crazy thing about their scene out there is the geography kind of controls it. It's hard to find a place to throw a show. It's hard to find a warehouse if you want to do that, and especially if you want to do it like illegal or something.
A real underground, yeah.
Yeah, because all the land is spoken for. Like there's tall buildings everywhere. It's just a different game to play. So the scene is different, and it's weird. I still haven't really broken in, but I'm sure I will. Makes me super grateful for what we got going on in LA.
Yeah, it's crazy how the underground is thriving in Los Angeles. It's like its own pocket, and now it's like it's own little economy. You know, just a lot of people are work, and it's like a freaking. People used to not do it like before Corona. I feel like, and maybe I don't know if I personally started this trend or whatever, but like I feel like before Corona, nobody like ran spots like that, just like underground after hours consistently the way they do regular spots. It'd be like one-offs.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And now I feel like when we started operating consistently, and now with 7 days a week, I think we definitely are the most consistent spot downtown. But I feel like a lot of people
it spawned many others.
They're like, oh, we're gonna do this every freaking Saturday. Like, what are we? We don't need to wait for a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're doing the regular clubs are open every day.
It's gotten so big and thriving that like I go out of town to play other cities and it's cool. I have a great time. But a random Wednesday or Thursday show in LA at another afters is like bigger than the 1 month monthly big show in another city.
Happens, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, especially once you go to smaller cities,
We're so lucky. It's thriving.
Yeah, we're lucky. And yeah, people here are ready to. But that was one of the reasons why I moved here from Portland, is because in Portland, people like. It's when they go out to like enjoy and have fun, but it's like planned. It's not like a lifestyle. Here, this scene is like a lifestyle. Like people are there. Like when we
All
have
the
to
time.
shut down during the ice raids, fuck that. And like people were telling us like, oh, I was like, I was told that hundreds of people were coming to the club just to see
Yeah.
if maybe
It might
was
be open. Yeah. Oh, it's true, bro. It's so strong. Blind Tiger is strong as fuck.
And the underground scene itself,
It's true, yeah.
Shout out to LA Weekly for giving us a shout out. But yeah, it's crazy how it's like now it's its own thing, and it's like its own thing on its own. Because for me, like I'm used to like late night hours in Europe, in Russia, like when I was young, and people would go to. Nobody leaves the club to go to a club until like midnight. Like if you left the house before midnight, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Here, once I got to America and I started playing the bass shows, I was like, and the bass scene doesn't have the after hours like striving.
Not the same.
Not the same. Yeah, the afters there is more like a kickback. It's not like an actual full-on show. You know what I mean? It's more like, okay, the main show is that. And honestly, and that's another kind of funny thing because I never thought of like, I've seen some other promoters that are online posting about the afters, as they call it, which I'm kind of, been using this term a lot. And they refer to it as like an acronym for like an after party. But for me, it's never been an after party. It's always been an after hours. Like it's just a late night party. Like if I end up going to a concert early in the day, but like it's like it's because you remember everybody, even us ourselves, we were like figuring out with the operation hours and stuff. And a lot of other people were kind of moving around, starting early, ending early. And I feel like it's definitely organically kind of worked out its own pocket of time. Like it didn't exist. This pocket of partying time didn't exist pre-corona.
Yeah.
Like it
Not on a consistent basis.
Not on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Yeah. Like we were going, and that's kind of how we started Bubble Up, because we were going to those after parties.
Yes.
But they weren't after parties. I guess they were just like warehouse parties or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out Freaky Friday. Mentioned he was throwing. He's back doing some of them.
Sick.
I don't know where he's doing it, but shout out mentioned for.
I remember the first time that we heard that your song got played in a club, and it was him at his party.
It was him, yeah. My first binge watch track, yeah.
Yeah, we were
It was the
geeking.
milkshake remix.
Yeah.
Funny. What a first actually. I don't know if I even have it up on SoundCloud anymore. It was very bass housey. I'm excited. I'm starting the record label. It's happening. First release coming next month.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, binge watch.
On Blind Tiger Records.
Blind Tiger
It's
Records.
about fucking time.
It's about time. 808. August.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, tight.
808 After Hours Club EP.
Sick.
2 tracks. Kind of representing, what the After Hours stands for and what kind of style of DJing is represented there. Both tracks have vocal samples that kind of reiterate that and give that message about the underground scene.
Sick.
And, just excited to get it out. I'm trying to do it consistently and just I've been taking a break off of social media for the past few months and just nerding out in the studio. And I've built out a studio and bought a ton of synthesizers over the past 2 years or so. And with the live set as well, I've been buying and swapping out and testing things out. And I just been finally feeling like I'm in a good pocket where I'm I feel like I'm creatively satisfied with what I'm, the sounds I'm making. And it's also challenging enough for me to where I don't feel like I'm just going on splice through sounds. Like I'm actually doing work to get my sounds, you know, and they feel more personal and stuff. The last little thing I gotta crack is the vocals, and I think I just need to do like writing camps and like, you know, my studio is just so small right now. I can't really host a vocalist, but like even renting an Airbnb and like the way you and I did the warehouse show, you know what I mean? Like if I just had you for one day for a writing session, where just little bites and bits, and we do a sample pack, you know what I mean? And then, you know, same thing, you know, Techno Tupac or whoever, and I just set up a good booth or even rent a studio, but I just need to do it kind of stack them up, so when I have a good beat, I'm not like, oh, I need a vocal, let me go to Splice, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I've opened Splice in like a year maybe. So,
I'll probably just record some and send them to you.
yeah, send me some stuff. Warehouse show, return, come on, double round 2. Have to do 2-track EP, techno and minimal tech. 2-track EP.
Okay. Or I'll just remix your version.
Well, our version, I have a techno remix, and the other kid, remember Blocked Receptors?
Mm-hmm.
He has a remix of Warehouse Show, but it's so easy to grab that vocal. You even always do it in your sets, where you just grab the little vocal bite and you mix it in. What a great track. How funny how it came about. Just scrolling on Instagram and seeing you promote your mix and hearing that bite. And I was like, what is this? What are you? You're like, oh, I'm freaking recording this mix and I just want to spice it up and get some vocals on top. I was like, this is not your... No, this is just somebody's track. I'm just recording vocals. I'm like, send me these freaking vocals right now. And then, legendary track was born.
Yeah.
It was kind of, I mean, still is not as, you know, people don't play it as much, obviously, but for a good amount of time, it was like the underground, LA underground anthem.
Well,
like,
I like to think so. Or for us, it was for our club. It was our theme song.
For our, outside of our club, I mean, because I would go travel, you know what I mean? People were talking about it, but, you know, and in our scene, you know, people are coming up right now, and I've definitely had people come up to me and be like, oh, that Warehouse Show, we used to always play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool that it was came about very naturally, and it's got that. I mean, it's not as hard techno as what you like right now. What about your new music, new releases? What's happening?
I guess that song is a model for what I continue to do and putting my vocals on my songs. So like everything I've been putting out has that.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Thank you. It's not like overt, but just some vocals in there. And lately I've been kind of like, the vocals are like personal and a little bit relating to like my life story and the anger that I hold on to from leaving my church. Or just like a rebellious attitude, whether it's specifically about that or not.
You are a rebel, as I said before. You rebel against me. You rebel against any kind of consistency or rules or authority of any sort. It's so funny. Even when it's trying to do good for you in a certain sense.
Yeah, it kills me, dude. I don't mean to be like
I'm
that.
same way, so I get it. But you're like anarchy level.
Yeah. Accurate.
Like, it's so funny. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, keep talking about it. So you're doing Twitter.
But next track that will be coming out, I made with my friends Only Faces, and the lyric is not that deep, or it's not about my story that much. It says, I want to stay at the rave, I want to stay out and play, I don't want to go home. I don't know. And I'm like screaming.
I like it. It's good. Come on. It's on brand.
It's been working in my sets. Yeah.
I want to stay out. I want to. You like punk rock style?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are punk. Techno punk.
Yeah, keeping it up.
That's the style? That's what you call it? Techno punk?
Techno punk. Yeah. It's like I used to be like into punk music and stuff. I still go to punk shows, but it's more about like the ethos, or I guess punk and techno have a lot of similarities. Like they feel rebellious. They feel like you could do them like you want to do it in the dark at night or like
Outfits I even feel like match.
yeah. And like a feeling of, sticking it to the man, questioning authority or something. And yeah. But I like clothes and I like getting dressed up, so it manifests aesthetically also.
How are you still making all of the clothes? How is that side of your thing? No?
No, haven't been making clothes. I still do a job here and there every once in a while, but like a t-shirt for Insomniac, I do some of their rave shirts and stuff still.
Okay, that's
but rarely. I'm focused on the music.
good.
Yeah.
What about designs?
Still doing show flyers sometimes. I do malfunction stuff. I have a couple clients that I do freelance work for. That's for paying the bills, basically.
But you've been getting enough shows and everything to get enough money as well?
Yeah, it's going well. Like, no, I'm not living off of it, but it's better than ever. Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah. One of the favorite things I've done recently is I started doing face-to-face sets. I've done a few of them.
How so? I haven't done it. So how do you go about this exactly? Like, I mean, is the CDJs plugged in, like, so you can see, like, they're linked crisscross, so you can they play a song and you can click master, so their thing shows up, so
Yes.
you can kind of at least gauge off of their arrangement.
No, here's the deal. The master link works for the
everything.
BPM. You can't see each other's waveforms
Okay, got
at
it.
all. So that's the fun part. You don't know when the drop is coming. You don't know when they're going to take the bass out, so you put the bass in. So, like, dude, it's so much fun. It's, I've been doing it with Ivor, and we have like 5 or 6 hand signals, like body signals, because you can't really talk to each other either because it's so loud. And they just mean different things. And there's like 5 different things that you need to know that you can't based on how they're linked. And to me, that makes it really fun because it's more risky. It's like, oh shit, are we going to get it right? And you're looking at each other like, now what should we do? It's so literally the last time I played, I was like, I don't want to DJ by myself anymore. It was that much fun.
Crazy. That sounds fun. I need
Yeah.
to try this out.
Yeah.
Face to face. That's crazy. Where did you do last one of those?
In Las Vegas.
Nice. Where do they do techno in Vegas?
Good question. It's a weird. It's like a weird. It's like all love to the Vegas scene. They're growing. Hard techno is growing in every city. Like right now, like it's coming up a little bit. But we played in a warehouse for these guys. Beat Sync. They were great.
It's the new punk. It's the new punk rock movement. I feel like for the kids for sure, because it's
kind of like that.
It's almost, I feel like, and as much as it's not punk rock because you don't have the guitar and you don't have the instruments, I feel like it's even more punk rock because, punk rock was because all you had was like the shitty amp and the guitar and you just cranked it up like, and I feel like it was the DJ, and it's like, now people can't even afford to be carrying around an amp and a guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, all I got is a flash drive. Like,
But we're still cranking it up as hard as we can.
yeah, redlining. The V10 talking about that has very good limiters. It's been because I've been working on, I've been learning a lot about these mixers and like, what do they call it? You can do, oh my God, attenuation. So you can basically make it like it says it's redlining, but you like bring the signal down below, so it's like fake redlining in a sense, and like you can attenuate it by like a certain amount of decibel. But the new V10, like the limit, it has a compressor obviously in each channel, but like I'm running my whole life set through the V10, and then from the V10 through like a mastering chain, and then into Ableton just to record to see what's coming out. Excuse me. And I can see like when I start running, the Minimeter app where you can see, like when you produce in Ableton, you can see
Oh, yeah.
make the song look like record box,
Yes.
basically type of vibe. So all I'm doing is I just have like a channel open in Ableton that has record on, and I'm not really using it for anything else. I'm just recording the audio, but I have that mini meter on. So, I can, when I'm like, turning up my 909 kick on channel 1 and I'm using the compressor, like I see how I'm shaping the signal. And then once I'm running it into like the master limiter on the V10, and it sounds,
So you do that live, so you can watch it in real time?
Yeah, because I've been trying to get it to the point, like, and, I've seen a million, I've done, I started myself with the live sets, and I've seen a lot of, and it's like, that's why people DJ, and that's why DJ culture is so popular, is because everything is mastered, and it's like, everything sounds good. Once you start doing live stuff, it's like, the mix down itself, it doesn't sound as dynamic, as punchy, there's no, like, not as defined, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I definitely been like, okay, how do I get... And
you getting it figured out?
With Ableton, well, that's what I'm having my, like, existential crisis about. How much work do I want to do every time that I do it, and how much gear do I want to carry around? Because, like, with the computer, and I haven't even, I've avoided using computer for like a year and a half. And now it's like a month until the set, and I'm like, I think I might want to involve a computer just because I do get it super clean with the compressors and everything, but it's even then I'm still like, I have these there's just too many variables, you know what I'm saying? And but
dude, I hate it when I am in the club and I'm cranking it and then I realize, oh, they put the limiter down on this mixer.
Oh, yeah.
Just what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'm turning it up. It's not getting any louder.
No, yeah.
And we're not even there yet.
Yep, that's me. We got 4 minutes left. Do you want to plug your release, any upcoming shows? I've basically, like, last 5 minutes, I just do, like, a look in the camera, and I do it the way you can get some clips really quick and, give a shout out to what's happening. And I have a couple things too after you.
Cool. Thanks for having me on here.
Of course, brother. I love you. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too. This is...
I'm glad we got to catch up.
It's just like, it's beautiful. We've come this far, and like, this is the version of it now.
Yeah.
And the stuff we're talking about that we do all the time.
Crazy, right?
When
in the
6 years ago or whatever,
too.
when we talked about that, like, the beginning, like...
We had nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot to talk about, too.
Yeah,
we actually
but
could do
it wasn't
another. We
this.
could do a few more hours and go back into Twonk and the whole deeper story. We definitely haven't hung out in a while, and we kind of graced the floors, but I'm glad we were able to catch up and talk all about the new stuff and the recent things.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's happening for you in the next few months?
I've released a couple songs over the last, like, 2 months that I'm really proud of. Losing My Mind and Exploited Youth. They are like, I'm just so proud of them because they really feel like they embody what sound I've been going for. But I keep going faster and faster and faster. So if you hear them and you're playing them, go as fast as you want. Go 155. August 1st, we're doing Malfunction in San Francisco.
Hell yeah.
And Drac is headlining. Stoked for that. Bomb Squad's going to come play. Me and Jacobra playing back-to-back. Stoked to take Malfunction in new places. And the scene in San Fran is, like, growing, and we're going to be a good part of it.
Let's lock you in for at 1720, too.
Yeah, we're due.
We're due.
Yeah.
You're due.
Malfunction, when I go out,
Dust
people
off
know
the
it.
chains.
Yeah, and they recognize the influence and ask about it, and it's just, I'm proud of that and stoked to do it at 1720 again.
That's a question, and you already know what time it is. Next Thursday, we're at Sound Nightclub, July 17th, back. Blind Tiger, the residents, special guests. We out here. You coming through, Cy?
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be there? Perfect. I'm excited. Yeah, we haven't been there in a while. Excited to be back at Sound Nightclub. And yeah, the live set that I'm launching is in 1720. It's gonna be end of September. Record label launch August 8th with the new release, After Hours Club EP, with the B-side The Truth. Yeah, on all platforms. Very, very excited to finally be just consistently releasing music without having to send demos and just like that's what I feel like is the next one. That's what we're doing. Bloom, bloom, bloom.
Big step.
But yeah, let's catch up. Let's meet in the office, talk some business, figure out some, some shows, some funk CZs. You know what I'm saying? Love you, bro.
Love you, bro. Thank you.